Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Camarada Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Camarada Geeks episode 3. And this episode is getting kind of tense. And yeah, we found out that all of our characters in this series aren't good people. So, I did like, first of all, in the opening of the show, I like how when they were introducing all of our writers in the game. We see that when someone dies, they're no longer in the intro. But we see like a silhouette of them, but basically they're technically no longer in the game. So we see that Mr. Tara is he's not shown. I mean, he's shown, but it's just his silhouette's all staticky and stuff like that, insinuating that, well, signifying that he is not in the game anymore. We see that Quinoa is actually doing a video talking about the game and talking about his experiences, and we see our announcer girl who basically she comes into his house. You don't know how she got there, but she came through the window. But she did say that you're not allowed to tell the world or publish anything about the game. And if you do that, you'll be like disqualified. He says, no, it's just a video diary, stuff like that. She's like, all right, cool. As long as you don't publish it, then that's fine. So we did see that going back into the game. We saw that. Well, now we're not in the game yet, but we see a little peek into Nia's life, and well, Nina or Ninao, Nanao. I think it's Nanao. Well, I'll just say Nanao for now. Bars. But you see, we get like a little peek into her life, and we see how strict her mother is. Her mother is very. We see they have this beautiful house. I mean, I possibly could never live in something like this. But we see that her mom is supremely pissed that her daughter basically keeps running away from home, and her mom basically like is supremely pissed about Nina always leaving home and stuff like that. And Nanao is basically like, I'll be leaving home because I want to express myself. I got over 1 million followers and stuff like that. She said, oh, you're going to listen to a bunch of strangers, or you're going to listen to 1 million strangers, or you're going to listen to your mom. So we see that she's like, for once, like, listen to me. And she's like, okay, I'll listen. And then she ends up in like the next scene, we see that she ends up leaving again. But her problem basically is, she keeps leaving the house. She keeps running away, but she keeps live streaming it. And that's how like her mom's like goons are able to find her. But I like these two though. I like these two guys because they're it's a white guy and a black guy, and it's clear, and they actually do speak a little bit of English as well, and they also speak Japanese. Was actually pretty cool to see that. I know we've seen them before, but I really didn't mention it before. But yeah, like it was actually pretty cool to see that type of thing. But we did see that she's live streaming and dancing. We see that Ace, he ends up meeting her outside, and they end up going to this like little restaurant, whatever. Everybody's like geeking out because like Ace, the most famous dude in Japan, and Nina, like I keep going back and forth for now. I'll just say Nina, and Ace and Nina are like hanging out together. Like everybody's geeking out about it because people are really big fans of her and him. So it's like it's a really big thing. So he asks her like, what why do you keep running away from home, stuff like that. She said, oh, I want to express myself, and I don't want to live that kind of life. And then her two guys end up finding her, and they ended up trying to take her back, but they end up wanting like an autograph from Ace and stuff like that. They get an autograph and all that cool stuff, and they end up running away, chasing after her. And then that's when the game calls, so they end up teleporting back to the game area, and we see that we get like a little detailed rundown of what this the game is going to be, which is going to be zombie related. Basically, they just have to survive 3 waves of zombies, and if you get bitten, then you will become a zombie. And then everybody technically still has their attachments that they had from the last game. So we see that Ace he still has the water. he still has like that water gun, and he has a shield, and everybody still has their regular stuff. We see that Buffer. Also we get the panda dude. He technically, I think he technically goes to school with Nina. But yeah, he's a school kid, and he kind of hates everything. But we end up finding out why he hates everything later on. But we see that Buffer is pissed off. You know, this guy really hates Geats. Really hates Geats. We do kind of get like a little rundown of technically what everybody wants in this game, except for the sheep dude. Like he barely, we don't really get anything much of him in this episode either. It's just that he seems like he's willing to do anything to win in a cheap kind of way. But oh, excuse me. But you see that Buffer, really hates Geats. He ends up making a bet with Geats, saying that, oh, if I win, then I'll take all your stuff, and if Geats wins, he's gonna take the zombie buckle from him. So we see that during the first round, everything is kind of weird out. Whatever, we see that we see Panda, he's like, I hate rich people and stuff like that. Why are you like telling Nina, like, why are you even playing the game? All that kind of stuff. And he's like, well, there's things that money can't buy. She basically says that she's trying to wish for a world where she can find her prince, like the love of her life and things like that. And we see that the first round has started. So the first round, everybody's just like fighting off these zombies, things like that. We end up seeing that Panda doesn't want to hang around like Nina or whatever. She asks him to, hey, this team up. Is a no. Why would I do that? And she gets ready to be eaten by zombies, and that's when Ace, he ends up saving her and telling her how to actually defeat the zombies. And they're still Jamato, but they're just like zombie Jamato. So she said, oh yeah, go for the head. And she has to hammer. So she's like hammering all these dudes away. And throughout the rest of the fight, we end up seeing that Quinoa ends up getting a lot of points from him saving people. He didn't do any fighting. Also, when he hitched up, he kind of did the O's pose. So that made Quinoa my favorite character now. Because O's is my number one favorite Kamen Rider. So he ended up becoming like my favorite character because of that. I don't care. Hey, he's a regular dude. Cause but he's like a charming kind of character. He's naive. Don't get me wrong. He's naive. And he's kind of timid, but I like this character. I can't wait to see him have his badass moment. Like I know for goddamn sure, excuse my language, but I know for sure that he is going to have his badass moment, man. And I'm here for it. So, after that, we see that the first round basically ends with Ace winning, and he ends up taking Buffer's Zomba buckle, and Buffer's pissed off about it, and that's when Ace ends up giving him the water gun. So we see Buffer does talk some more schmack to Geats. He ends up leaving. We see that the panda dude follows him, and he's like, hey, like, why do you hate that guy so much? And he's like, everybody in this game is my enemy. He said, you mind your own business. He's like, oh, hey, let's work together, kind of stuff like that. And he's like, nah, man, just mind your business. Like, Buffer's not having it. These is clearly the bad boy and the villain talking to each other. And it's like, I don't think Buffer's like a villain. He's not a bad guy, but Panda definitely is. Panda's definitely like freaking villain status, especially considering the fact that what his wish was. His wish was dark. Like, it seriously was. His wish was messed up of what he actually desires if he won, which I'm hoping to God he never does. I don't like this guy. All freaking ready. I don't like this freaking character. And this guy's, man. But we end up seeing that throughout the second round, Buffer's all pissed off at Geats, and he's like, I'm gonna get my buckle back, and yeah, screw you and your little glitzy world you created. And he's like, yeah, whatever, dude. So we end up seeing that while they're fighting the zombies, we end up seeing that Panda actually pretends to be Nina's friend, and he ends up leading her into a trap, trying to turn her into a zombie. But we see that Geats, he transforms into using the zombie using the zombie buckle. He looks actually pretty freaking cool. He ends up using that and ended up taking out a lot of the zombies, which was really cool. Like, excuse me, which was really cool because he ends up using that chainsaw blade really coolly. So he ended up winning like the second round, and basically in the game. Sorry, I didn't mention this earlier, but the person who gets the lowest points in this ends up the person who gets the lowest points gets disqualified. So everybody's kind of competing to have the most points right now. So we ended up seeing that Panda gets peed off that his trap for Nina didn't work, so he starts attacking Geats. And when he attacks Geats, your points get deducted if you attack someone, if you attack another Kamen Rider. So he's still attacking Geats, and then that's when Geats actually decides that, yo, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fight you back then. And he ends up wow, man. Just awesome. All this skill flips and dips and all the jump. Like he ends up using the he switches the buffer, he switches the buffer buckle, and it goes to his legs, and he demolishes Panda with this awesome freaking zombie strike move. It creates like these tombstones around him. He comes up and kicks you in the chest and blasts you away. That was awesome. It really was. So he ends up defeating Panda, and turns out Panda was infected. He got infected and he got bit by a zombie. We guys get a flashback of this, saying that the only reason the zombies weren't Geats basically noticed that the zombies weren't attacking him because the zombies realized that, oh, he's one of us. So because he got bitten earlier, and hit it. That's why the zombies really weren't attacking him. So Geats doesn't get any points deducted because he technically was fighting a zombie or a infected person. So he didn't get any points deducted, even though Panda did, because he's a player attacking another player. So we get Panda's backstory of how he was a big basketball kid, and he ends up getting hit by a car, and it messed up his basketball career, and now he just hates everything and everybody else, and his wish was a world without humans. So yeah, that dude's wow. Yeah, villain. So yeah, so we see that everybody kind of goes back to the rest area because we're getting ready to start wave 3, and we see that Nina is also infected. She got bit on the neck. I think it was her neck, but she ended up getting infected as well. And they say that, okay, well, Kiwa's like, oh man, well, is she gonna die like this? And then like Geats is like, nah, the game ain't over yet. So she still could survive. So yeah, they see that freaking Panda, he's still considered a player even though he's been bitten and stuff like that. And then Buffer just walks out like, I was surprised she even made it this far. I'm like, damn, like these two are dicks. I'm sorry, man, but these two are dicks. I don't like Buffer might grow on me. I don't know. I just like him how he looks. Technically him and Geats have the coolest stuff, but yeah, man, like this guy, especially Panda, I never thought I'd hate a panda, and my best friend's a panda, and I never thought I'd hate this guy, but screw this man. Like, I really hope, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, but I hope he's next. I hope he's next out the game. I don't know, even though it's kind of portraying or foreshadowing that it's going to be Nina, but yeah, man, I hope this guy's next. Oh, excuse me. But anyway, this is a good episode, man. It was very tense. It was kind of dark. It was very tense. It was kind of dark. Very action packed, and because it's a game, and also visually looked amazing, especially with Geats using the zombie buckle. Quinoa became my favorite character, and it became my favorite character because he did that O's pose when he henshined. So I'm waiting for my boy to have his badass moment, like I said before. But Other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below. What did you guys think of episode 3 of Kamen Rider Geats? Did you hate Panda? Did you hate Buffer? You know, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember, stay henshined.